saw a video clip and then went back and listened to the full audio. Bonzi Wells and Rasheed Wallace, they were sitting down, they were talking, and they were going through the Tim Donaghy situation where Rasheed ran up on Donaghy. I don't want to know how else to say it. Like, he waited for this man in the garage to come outside so they could have their moment together, and it wasn't a peaceful moment. It was a real intense moment from what the stories were. And during the conversation, I think Rasheed Wallace is like, yeah, so I ran into Brevin. So Brevin, I was like, Brev, hold on, wait a minute. How many Brevs are there in the NBA? That can't be Brevin Knight. Is it Brevin Knight? So I texted you, say, yeah, that was me. What happened in that situation? Where were you when Rasheed Wallace was trying to get at to do bodily harm to Tim Donaghy?
Well, she and I go way back. We had the same agent, and so we've been friends for a long time. And whenever we went to Portland, we would always get together. And so it was just after the game, and even after the game, before we would leave, we always have a quick sit-down talk or whatever. So after the game, he waits. We're walking out, and then we get to the tunnel. So we're just kind of hanging out. Normally, we might walk over to his car because they park underneath right by our bus. But this time, we're just kind of standing there.
You didn't think anything of it?
No, I knew he was upset because, like, the one thing that you never like in the NBA is when an official, you make a call or you make a text, but I don't like you to try to be tough about it, though. Like, you made the call, like, you don't try to puff your chest up. Don't, like, and there's certain people that will just be like, all right, whatever, move away. But there's other people that's like, bro, you're not going to just try me in any kind of way. And the tech came, it wasn't even an interaction with Tim Donaghy while she got the tech. And so that even made it even more of a situation. And so when Tim came out, she had his words. But the thing that I think allowed it to escalate was Tim didn't back down either. Like, so he had, so now they both just back and forth. And I'm just like, this ain't gonna work out well for you. Like, I don't care what he said, like what he did. So I just try to step in the middle of him. And I'm like, Tim, why don't you just walk down? Because the thing is, Tim could have just kept walking, but he stopped. And I'm like, bro, just keep walking though. Like, ain't no need, don't engage in it at this point. But now remember, I'm still just me at 5'10". like, Tim, you still you at 5'8" or whatever you are. This dude's 6'10", and now he's enraged. And so I think you just continue to walk on.
Was it just you out there? Was Bonzi out there at that time?
No, it was just me and Sheed at that time. It was just the two of us. I think Bonzi may have come out later, but yeah, it was very interesting. I leave it at that. It was an interesting confrontation.
Well, he ended up getting suspended 7 games. And it became a story for a long time. My favorite part of their reflection, and there have been a lot of conversations about this incident, like Bonzi and Rasheed Wallace had Tim Donaghy on their podcast at some point, and they all hashed it out. And Tim Donaghy, as he's done his post-jail tour of everything that went down. But just within the context of the story, they were trying to remember who the official was who he was in it with. It was Scott Wall.
That's what
but they're going through it in the motions, and someone says Steve Javie, and she immediately is like, no, F Steve Javie.
Yes.
Like, the energy that man still had for that specific, well, just for the officials in general, we'll put it that way.
We all know that he and the officials didn't get along at all. And there's nothing around that. But in that instant, like with the rest of those were all on court situations. That's you know what I mean? Like that's why this was on a whole nother level. And I told him, I was like, bro, I understand your frustration, but this ain't gonna turn out well.
Right.
And so, but being two inner city kids, it's just at the moment, it's like I'm just kind of watching it go because I didn't think it was gonna go that far. I thought Tim would keep walking, but when he didn't, then it's like, man, now I gotta try to. I want to just try to dissolve this as much as possible to not be as bad of an ending.
Bonzi points out that Rasheed Wallace was big manning him. So they were talking in the locker room. Bonzi's like, yo, Rasheed, what's going on? And said Rasheed was little guy in him, like looking over his head because he was focused. Do you people understand how mad Rasheed Wallace was? He had been kicked out of the game. He had been tossed. This is like a third quarter, second quarter type thing. He'd been out. Like, he'd been tossed. He comes into the garage, and he waits. He is waiting there for this man to come outside so they can exchange words. He is that. Have you ever been so mad you decided, you know what, I'm going to wait for this person outside of their job?
No, but mine was on the court. And so we were playing with the Bobcats, and I'm trying. His son is a ref in the league now, and I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. But he called a technical on me. Like, we called a foul on me, and I was walking towards Bernie. Bernie Bickerstaff was our head coach, and he walks as I'm walking to Bernie. He walks in front of me and grazes me as he walked.
Yeah.
The ref, like, there was no need for him to go where he was going. He turns around and gives me a tech.
Oh, come on, man.
So I was like, bro, you gave me a tech. You just walked in front of me. So I'm fuming the rest of the game. The game is over. We're just holding the ball out. I give the ball to Raymond Felton at the front. He is the baseline official. I go stand in the corner by where he is. And as soon as the horn goes off, then I go off. Like, not letting them leave the court. I am cursing. I am going Bernie and them are trying to grab me, tell me to move away, the whole 9 yards. And so mine was an outburst in the middle. Like, I didn't go back. Mine was fuming during the game, and I'm like, bro, I'm not letting you just get away with what you did and what you said. I'm not letting it go. And it cost me $20,000 not leaving the court in a timely fashion. But I got my $20,000 worth.
You made it worth it.
I got it. I got my work out of it.
If you're gonna do it, make it worth it.
Go all the way.
Know?
I knew what I was doing.
Were there any refs when you were playing? You're like, okay, this guy's reffing. Oh no, that's gonna
He
take some of the
hates me.
joy out of this game right here. He hates me. It's gonna be some shit.
No, we all know people's tendencies. You know there's certain referees you can talk longer to than other referees. There's things that they'll communicate, and so you know that in terms of them. I never had a feeling that anyone, in terms of them calling the game, I just knew how to deal with you, and that's what I had to learn. But also, I learned that a lot of way the hard way by getting a whole bunch of technicals when I was younger, and then by the time I got older, it's like, well, you gotta. Dana always like, well, you gotta stop giving away money. At this point, we're giving away money. And so you learn how to be a little bit more objective, I would say.
Tactful.
Yes.
My high school
all
coach.
those big words that people use, you try to be that way.
My high school coach, I used to get technicals all the time.
Shocking.
Believe it or not, shocking.
Absolutely shocked.
I know.
Just
No
completely
way.
surprised.
I hated refs and they hated me, right? Like I'm out there competing. My coach pulled me to the side and said, CJ, what you're saying to the ref is probably true. It's how you're saying it.
Yes.
I want you to do this. Next time you talk, I want you to just bend down, look at the ground, and hold on to your shorts and say what you have to say. I said, I got you, coach. And the very next time I had an issue with a ref, I went over there and did it, and everything worked. I was like, oh my God.
You just had to do it. Your delivery had to be better.
Because it was, hey, how you blow that damn call? Now it's, hey, ref.
Hello, kind sir.
how
I
you
would
end up
like to
blowing that
know
call,
what
man?
you were thinking when you
What
blew
you
that
doing?
call.
I got fouled.
And there are some players who will never learn, right? Like, I think Draymond Green, therapy aside,
He knows. He just doesn't want to.
He just doesn't want to. I'm not sure Dylan Brooks will ever want to. You know, there are some players who are just built to fight the tech game for their entire
It's what
careers.
you are. It's why but I always say that edge is also why they are who they are.
Right.
You know, and I always tell people, I will always rather take a guy who I may have to harness a little bit and try to figure out over the guy who never shows the emotion. Like I don't want to have to try to pull emotion out of you.
Yeah.
If I got to just be like, hey, no, in this situation, let's try to be better. I'd rather have to talk that person down than have to try to talk someone up.
Yeah.